Sony, obviously. As of April 2nd, PS5 Pro goes from $750 to $900, which I told them all that the price was going to go up. And the PS5 Slim disc and discless, that went from $550 to $650, and the Slim disc went from $650 to $750. And the OG PS5 disc, they went from $550 to $650, and then their discless one for the PS5 discless went from $550 to $650. As I told them on it, and Joseph too, as well, this was coming. The lack of RAM on Sony's end, as I told them on it back in January when I made that video on that too, pun intended there. Then Sony shut down another studio as of today. I don't think I'm going to say stop talking about Sony, going, well, you're not worried about Microsoft, because Sony has, unlike Sony, Microsoft has all the content. And now we're going to have to get Series S now, because they have everything that Sony don't have no more. But and they got another. And the funny thing about this, that when the 10th generation console is going to have all the storefronts counting PlayStation storefront on that 10th generation console. So I warned them on the Joseph on this. Give Sony the smoke. It's well deserved, because Sony's going on this dark path of failure. It's not even funny. I was also watching Destin's video today. They said another Game Pass tier is coming out from Microsoft. Take this with a huge grain of salt. This is just a rumor right now, but he said another Game Pass tier just been leaked. And the funny thing about this Game Pass tier, it's going to have all first parties and all the FPS games in it, which is very funny about it, because that's all the games that John played. Halo, Gears, and they said possibly Call of Duty will be in this new Game Pass tier and Game Pass Triton. I mean, that'll be all first-person games. Count if you count Ninja Gaiden as well. If you count that as first person, but tell it not first person. That's technically second party, but it's considered first party because of action game. But either way, Game Pass Triton just leaked up, y'all. I just saw Dustin's video today, and they said that particular is beyond Ultimate, but that one for Triton's going to have all FPS games, all first parties, counting Call of Duty, counting all the most recent Call, Cold War, Vanguard, World War II, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, the ones that's on Ultimate, that will be on Triton, pun intended, on Game Pass Triton, because that's going to be all first party games on Triton. So it just went beyond Ultimate, that's Triton. Based off the rumor right now, for Game Pass Triton's going to have all first parties in that. All first party, counting COD, Gears, Halo, including the new Halo that's coming out this year, obviously. And either way. Anyways. So either way. Anyways. Game Pass Triton is going to have all FPS games, y'all. All of them. Counting the cards included. We don't know how much they're going to charge for that tier in particular. We don't know the price yet. This just falls the rumor for that right now. It's just a rumor for that right now, falls the price. But it's going to have all FPS games for Game Pass Triton, so it went beyond Ultimate. So now they got how many tiers? 4 tiers. So we got Essential, Premium, Ultimate, and now Triton. That's what it's called, Triton. Make sure I say that. Triton. Either way, Game Pass Triton's going to have all first party games in that one. So they went beyond Ultimate. Game Pass Triton, which is good for Sony, good for Microsoft, because that's more money in their pocket. Because Sony's going down this wrong path of disaster. They're going down this wrong path of fertility right now. It's not looking good. They shut down 3 studios, 2 studios on Thursday, and then 1 more as of today, based off news through Spotify. They shut down another studio as of today, so they had over 100 studios shut down. Over 100 studios shut down on Sony for the past 28.5 months. That's not good there all day. Well, so you're still part of the problem, guys? So no, but I'm not part of the problem. Yes and no, but Sony still has nothing. Going to have to get Series S now, because they have all the content. And now they're adding a 4th Game Pass, so they're going to have 4 different tiers: Ultimate, Premium, which already have those three. Essential. Now they got Triton coming their way later on in the coming months. That's going to have all first-party games, all the Call of Duty, literally all the Call of Duty. They might put all those Call of Duty on Game Pass Triton, but and when they do that, that's it for Sony if that happens. That's going to be more money in Sony's pocket. Now that this Game Pass Triton has been leaked out already, that's going to be 4 days, and that one's probably going to be, that because it has all the FPS, it's probably going to be, I'm guessing, I'm just making guesses as far as the Game Pass Triton possible. I guess it'll be around 20 or 30, somewhere around there, probably 20. It has all FPS games in it. Halo, games that me and John grew up on. Hey J Cole X2 with the super chat, what's up? And then also it's gonna have Halo, Gears, all the cards, kind of the most recent ones, the OG ones, the new ones, the most recent ones, the new ones, the newer ones come on. Well, they're gonna have all first parties. Hey, AC Movies Production, the super chat, one of my church players, what's up? They're gonna have all first parties in Game Pass Triton, bub. That's something good on Sony's end if this Game Pass Triton becomes a reality. But they're going to have all the first parties in that tier now. So they have all the first parties in Ultimate now. So that's Ultimate Triton, the best. Triton might be the best player in the game. That's all FPS games. If you're an FPS player like me and John, as far as Gears, I was in FPS. We'll see if my Uncle John upgrades the Triton, or how he does it though. Only way he will upgrade the Triton, Game Pass Triton, because it has all the FPS games. Maybe all the Gears games. So if he wanted to relive them, he could. And count the new Gears that comes out, Gears of War 6E, that is already included Game Pass Triton. We'll see if this is true. But if he does upgrade the Triton, I'm not surprised. I would upgrade the Triton. Depends on the price of Game Pass Triton. But if it has all the Call of Duties, all the FPS, Tekken 8, you really don't count that as first party. That's technically second party. But if you count that as first party, that's fine with me. If that's included, I'll upgrade the Game Pass Triton. You know, I'm sticking to premium for right now, but I'll upgrade the Triton. It has all the FPS games, all the cards, all the Gears, all the Halos. And the Call of 3 Killing Floor if you count Killing Floor 1, 2, and all the FPS games if you count House of the Dead. That's not technically FPS. Well, it is an FPS, but it's a retro FPS because that ball's taking out zombies and demons and all types of stuff. But if Triton's Game Pass Triton is original price wise, then I'll probably upgrade to that tier because it has all FPS games, and I am an FPS fan. Look out to the Doom games, the Gears game. Not saying I care for Gears, that's more of John's game, not mine. So, but that it. Hey George, Megatron, you do the super chat. What's up? But either way, I'm sticking to Prim right now, but I had to buy all 4 Super D Astronauts, Full Blast, Crisis Wing, Red Raptor, Super Racing. Engine G2, that's the name of the game for each agent, so I almost forgot about that one. Batman Return to Arkham, because Arkham Knight's already part of my subscription service on Game Pass Premium, so I don't have to buy that. Arkham Knight, I don't have to buy that. That's part of Game Pass, I don't have to pay for that. Only thing I had to buy is Return to Arkham, the double bundle. And buy, what's that other game? Finite Champion, Black Ops 6, Finite Champion, Shiva 1 and 2, and then 3 Enhanced. And Rated 5, the rest of I really have everything. I look the rest of the games come to my subscription. And I can still get games on sale via my cash and still get games on sale via my Microsoft points. But so for Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass is gonna have 4 tiers now. Ultimate, Premium, Essential, and that's a casual, if you know about casual with Essential. And Triton. That's what's called Triton. But either way, I might upgrade that. Okay, I'm an FPS, I play all the cards. Well, I played mainly Black Ops 6, so if that's added to Game Pass Triton, based off the weeks right now, it's already been confirmed. I think Mr. Boonsley might do a podcast later on, talking about that later on during the week. Game Pass Triton's already been confirmed off the leaks right now, based off of Destin's video. So we're going to have 4 Game Pass tiers: Ultimate, Premium, Essential, and Triton. That one's going to have all FPS games, and maybe independent games become easier achievements, pun intended. But maybe the FPS is, to be honest, there. But either way, Sony has nothing. And now they're pushing up their PS5 prices for all the discs and discs. When OG does, Sony is cut. No, like King David said in his podcast, I said no PlayStation 6. We're going to keep the boo on cars, not this older, because Sony still has nothing to do about that. Joseph. And they raised the price of it as of April 6th. So yeah, really got nothing now. No PS6. It's a rich, having a second console, no, having a series is a rich man's industry. And rich man's function of having both consoles. It's a rich man's function, not for the casuals. If you're middle class and can't afford subscriptions, and maybe you can afford other things, pun intended. Not for the middle class people. No offense. It's what it is. What it is. If I offend you, I'm sorry on that. But either way, when I get Series S, I have every game that's part of my script, and the other ones I just had to buy on my Microsoft points, and then the rest of them I had to buy with my cash. But either way, I have Series S coming my way, Diamante and Joseph. Sony still has nothing. And now they pushed the prices, and though they only had the RAM, like Dirk Greer said in his podcast, that they only had the RAM until April 20th. Now their price is going to go up again for PS5. They already went up as of this week. They go up as of April 2nd. They're going to go up again next year. That's going to be gaming is a rich man's luxury. It is, especially when you have a second console. Because the Series S is on eBay based off the vendors there. I saw all of them in the over 200s for the pre-owned model. So yeah, I'm going to get that one now. Go ahead and start setting up for it now. The Sony still has nothing. And I want Joseph to give Sony the smoke. Because y'all niggas can't keep the same energy with me and John in the game industry. Because we know what's going on. We're way ahead of you. Steps ahead of, John being a businessman and me being a CEO here. But either way. Sony still has nothing. And I warned y'all that PS5 price was going to go up. And damn if I wasn't right back in January when I told them it was going to go up. And it went up as of April 2nd. The price is going to, they're going to go up again next year because that's when their RAM is gone. If they don't get that RAM for the PS5, then its price for PS5 disc and then OG Slim disc and this and that. That's going to go up to $1,000. Again, it's a rich for the head please in Sony's generation. It's a rich man's luxury. It's not for middle class people. If you're casual, sorry to say if anybody offended there, but either way, when I get serious, Sony got nothing to say to me right now. Probably the best decision I've ever made because Sony still has nothing. First party output on Sony is dry. All these money-headed third parties. And to be honest, since they are coming with Game Pass Triton, they can money-head all them FPS games. To be honest, since our current CEO, Ansel Shawn, just came with this new tier based off the confirmed leaks from Destin. That's dude that used to work at IGN. He don't work with IGN anymore because he got tired of IGN bashing him and everything. But Destin said it's going to be another Game Pass tier, Game Pass Triton. As I told these niggas before, counting Justin and Diamante, y'all got nothing. Well, Diamante has the backlog. That ain't the issue. It's all Soul-like games. No other studios. Other than 2K, but I'm the one that plays 2K more than you because I got some of the basketball games and I don't have the wrestling games as of yet. But those are part of my script circle Game Pass. Right? I don't have to pay for those. Some of them are part of my script. I don't have to pay for some of those 2K wrestling games. Some I don't have to pay for. So Diamante might have wasted almost $80 on a wrestling game. You could have got those with your subscription service. The Sony tax on your end is real, and as far as the digital end is real. Because the physical media is dead. Now they got 4 Game Pass tiers. Ultimate, Premium, Essential, and Triton. And I think whoever came up with this on Microsoft, it was a good idea because that's all FPS games. This can really ruin Sony right here, Joseph and Diamante on this. Because they all them Call of Duties to Game Pass Triton, which is beyond Ultimate. A lot of people subscribe to Triton because it has all the FPS games. If you count the fighting game, that was telling that FPS, that's more fighting if you know about 2D and 3D. But if they add those, that's just the bonus if you do add those to Triton. But either way, Sony is cuffed. Gaming is a rich man's luxury when you have both 9th generation console and 8th generation console. Well, when I get Series S, all I gotta do is say $2+ for off of eBay. And once I get that, Sony has nothing. Probably Series S, only reason I didn't get Series S 6 years ago is because certain family probably would have pawned it. That was the only reason I didn't get it 6 years ago. Otherwise, I would have already had it now, just that my family would have pawned it if I didn't get a chance to play on it. So, another story for another time, but either way. We're going to get Series S now. I start saying it for during the summertime. Because Sony still has nothing. So stay tuned for part 2 of my video in the gaming industry. Because I got another video coming up from one of my reliable sources here. 2 of my reliable sources here. So stay tuned for that part 2 video. Either way. Sony still has nothing. And now, they're in another Game Pass tier, Game Pass Triton. That's it for Sony, bro. I told you the amount of nostalgia Sony is gone. I'm going to get Microsoft now. Sony say you're still buying the problem. I said Sony still has nothing there all day. And they don't have the money. Sony is $1 billion corporate greed much, Diamante says you want to bring up they got the money. Where's the money at, Diamante? Where's the money at? If you can't answer that question, then something wrong. I got my receipts. I got my receipts too, bub. But who's been completing more games here and not playing all these goddamn Soul-like games? I'm not saying Soul-like is my thing. It is my thing, but I don't play all of them, bub. Because not every Soul-like game's for everybody. Master of it, for them, as I told, master of not outdone you. Turned my completed games 100% here on 6 of my PSNs here. I've outdone you here. Counting on my 6 PSN out. Thanks all them shoot 'em ups on and all the shoot 'em ups on and everything else. But anyway, so Sony has nothing. Going to get Series S now, but the Game Pass Triton leak already been confirmed by Destin on this. So Game Pass always going to have 4 tiers: Essential, Premium, Ultimate, and Triton. It's going to have all the PS games on it, as I said before. And I told Demondro, give Sony the smoke. Because y'all management is terrible. And it's corporate grid on Sony for all them goddamn money has Joseph and Demondro on this. Joseph and Demondro on this. You know it and I know it. And y'all console's third party. Y'all have nothing. For the first one, unless you saying Marvel was the first one, and it's not. And I told Jimmy Champagne, I'll give him smoke again. To Jimmy Champagne, no first party. Where's the first party? You really don't count Marvel as first party. That's technically second party. That's owned by Marvel. And y'all don't even own Marvel now. Contract is up after this year. Either way, Sony still has nothing. You know? So, either way, Sony still has nothing. You know it and I know it. Console's third party. Sony's console's third party, and much as they want to joke, won't admit it. But you're going to have to. Because exclusivity doesn't matter no more in this era. It did then in the previous era, but as of now, exclusivity doesn't matter in this era. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because if it did, a lot of people will be buying their exclusives, and they haven't bought their exclusives in God knows how long. I haven't bought any Sony console. All the consoles I have for Sony, I never bought it for the exclusive. I brought it the backlog. If you know about the backlog wars. That's basically what it is between Sony and Microsoft. That's good. Not just the battle, the backlog, it's the battle of the wild subscription wars too. The thing I brought up the damn on the last year and the year before this battle of the wild subscription wars, because Sony said, I know the go to PlayStation Plus as the best value and gas. And no, it's not, because they were pushing up that PlayStation Plus, but I told you that back in January. Pushing up that PlayStation Plus, that's going to go from 134 to almost 170 now. And then that PlayStation Plus, that's going to go from 180 to almost 240 now. If it goes up that high, I'm not saying it's going to be 240, but if it does, it's not worth having PlayStation Plus Premium. It's damn sure ain't worth it because almost $200 for PlayStation Plus Extra. It's 135 right now, but it's going to be 170 soon. And then PlayStation Plus soon, that's going to go from $80 to $100 now, as I told you back in January. And I went on that long rant about that then, and then they pushing up the quarterly ones. That's going to go from 18 to 36 for Premium, and then 14 to 18 for PlayStation Plus Extra, and that's going to go from 9 to 12. Plus PlayStation Plus Essential, and that's all short for Sony because they price people out, though. I told them I'm still getting Series S either way. Sony still has nothing. You didn't give and I told them I didn't give Sony the smoke. So stay tuned for part 2 of the video because it's coming up shortly. So this video is a 12-minute video on one of my reliable sources, and Sony still has nothing. Go ahead to get Series S now because Sony still has nothing. And based off those price hikes, Sony is done. Sony is done. Because now they're pushing up the prices as of April 2nd. That's it for Sony. No hashtag like me and King David said no PlayStation 6. Go to keep the bull on contact disorder. Sony still has nothing, damn out there. Joseph. And I don't see John Elise getting that PS5. I just don't see him getting that Discus one now. Because of that price. It's too high for them. Not saying they can afford it. It's too high for them. They never paid that much for a console. Especially a 9th generation one. And John got that Series X. He only paid $330 for it from what he told me. $330. But then he didn't tell Joe how he did it. You know, if he had told, Joe would have used it as ammunition. But anyways, he paid $330 for it. Then that's when it was the original price. Then before it went up, obviously. Because Series X, Discus, and Series S is the best value in game. Just no disk drive. You pirate Monkey D. Luffy my shit because I own all the licenses. Counting Activision too. With Microsoft owns like I own it if I get the game on sale. But either way. All the games on sale, counting the easy independent games. I had to file all 4 Super D Astronauts, Full Blast, Crisis Swing, Red Raptor, Super Engine DT, Keeper's Toll. That's going to take me 25, 30 hours to get all the 4,000 games, but all 4,000, you know, the treatments are easy. It plays like a world-like version of Vampire Smart's Keeper's Toll, but East Asia Assault version of it. But either way, when I get serious, they might joke got nothing to say to me right now because niggas mistake my intelligence for weakness. Because Sony still has nothing. Now they really out of first party, and they really run out of money. And then Bandai Namco, then with their issues, as far as Tekken 8 is concerned, That's not even good on Sony's end, but maybe it's better. I know it might take a step back because even with Soul Calibur 7 and 8, they still have yet to find a manager that the agreement with this fighting game for Soul Calibur 7 and 8, part 7 and 8. You gotta find their horizon. It's been difficult on Sony to find their horizon for Bandai Namco's end. Pretty much, it's been difficult on the end. But either way, Sony still has nothing. Going to get Series S now. Sure, they got it 6 years ago. Always I didn't get it that year because my family would have pawned it if I even got a chance to play on it. So now I'm hit a different location. The console Series S come my way. Joseph did a lot on it. Well, they also need part of the problems. I was going to say, watch that word, did a lot on that. Mean that, watch that word, because you're controversial for the 1,000 I kill. And you're severely controversial to find that life. You lose both your judge board swords, your boss. I warned you on that too, there, in this video. But either way, fight. Swords do not win fights. Swords lead to jail time. Even with your mental blocking could it. So, think about that too. Forgive me as a ninja or not. I know you want to say ninjas don't forgive a ninja. Forgive a ninja my ass, damn, I don't know. You defied that sin for almost a day. Now you got wrinkles on your face now, but that's not good. Madon for good reason, Bane for good reason, Zod for good reason. The real you was a fighter, but you chose to defy weapons. That's not good, but Sony still has nothing. You gave Sony no smoke, but when Microsoft did some wrong thing, you gave them smoke. I gave them smoke too, but not as much smoke as you. But Surge has come on. I told them on the last was 3 left behind, no return. Literally no return. Sorry, Demonte on that. Sony said now they're pushing the price for their console. That's it for Sony either way. Has said, I mean, the Canadian said no PlayStation 6. Gonna keep the bull and call it. Sony still has nothing. Joseph and Darren want to give Sony the smoke. Please, thanks, thank you. Sony still has nothing. You know it, I know your console's third party, you won't admit it. I'm sure you already saw it in your setting on your console's third party. The word third party just popped up. You can't say Microsoft. Microsoft's already been third party since 2015, but almost a decade. Even when they put the games day one on PC, put intended there. So you can't even bash PC either. Don't want to hear that from them on that or Joe on that either. Because these fans try to clip me and John Paul's video, my videos, and say, y'all keep putting me and John on y'all what? Especially on Joe's end, pretty much, because it's not working here. But I'm 11 steps ahead of you here. And again, it's because you got nothing. You mistake my comments for weakness. Again, you got nothing. Same game, same studios. 40 studios, you only played 8 of them. That's 20% cat. And 80% not hardcore UBI. You know, 2080. Because you don't put out of 40 studios, that makes you 80% non-casual. Non-hardcore, I meant. You're 20% casual UBI, and that's taking a picture. If I pull your PSN Pro away right now, your 5,000 earned shows it. But you've not been taking the games that you've been playing seriously. You're not competitive enough, boy. I'll tell you that right now. Stay away in the fighting games. Not competitive in fighting games either. The glory days are long gone. Mine has been long gone in fighting games. I still fight, but I fight on fighting a champion on series. That's pun intended. That was a game I was already more established in, long before all these other niggas were established. You know, so. But fighting a champion was a game I was already established in. All them independent games, all 4 Super the Astronauts, 4 Blast, I had to buy all those. Crisis Wing, Red Raptor, Fighting a Champion, Black Ops 6, Bannerman General Car, got organized the Game Pass, I don't have to pay for that, and Vampire. Cross, I don't have to pay for that, do my script, I don't have to pay for that, obviously. So, what else I have to buy? Fighting a Champion, Bannerman General, Machine 1 and 2, and 3 Enhance, and 4, 5, and 6 years later, and, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, what else I have to buy? Never let the other games come to my scripts parts out of FPS, but see the Game Pass print right, but I'm thinking of upgrading the Game Pass Triton eventually. Be either way. But yeah, almost 25 minutes to keep the run going, I guess, obviously. Be either way. So, like I said, Sony still has nothing. I told them on joke, I had to get serious last time, whether you like it or not. Y'all got nothing. Well, Demon has a backlog. This Joe Barry has anything. You don't own nothing. You own nothing and you don't like it. Either way. Physical media is dead. Same games. You can't say support that. I call cap on that shit on the Joseph and Demonte. I call cap on that shit. Because you haven't been supporting your dad. As far as the other 30 plus studios, you haven't supported Square Enix as much. Johnson supported Square Enix more than anybody in this house. You haven't supported Capcom as much. Johnson supported Capcom more than anybody as far as Capcom, as far as the Resident Evil Street Fighter series. Way more games that last a lifetime, like my aunt Lisa said, but either way. And you haven't supported the other studios as much. I'm gonna pull up another video, part 2 video after this. So stay tuned for part 2 of the video. Part 3 videos can come after that part 2 video. So it's going to be 3 videos made today. I made a lot of content this month, obviously, so based off my usual topics I talk about in the industry series, all with the PO word, but either way. Stay tuned for part 2 of that video. Okay, guys, end the video right there. You know to find me on all my PSNs. That's Glory 2, Furry Kingdom, Super Duo 4, Super Town 64, Muscat HD4, Heat 5. That's all 6 of my PSNs, but I have to change that game tag on 2 of those 6 PSNs. So my console, I have to change that eventually. And my other one, True Endgame Retro, I have to change that game tag eventually. You know to find me on series as Cloud N series as Alpha 4859, Retro 5459, and excuse me, third time this way. Notify me on YouTube, Unique Hutch, Savage Hutch 1, KBH Podcast, Asperger's Matrix, PS6, All Matrix, and News Frontiers, all 5 of my YouTubes. Notify me on all 6 of my Spotify's, Cyberpunk 11, Face Hutch 12, Xbox versus Madness versus All Digital versus PS6, Xbox Madness, All Digital versus PS6, All Digital Matrix on Spotify, and notify me on Arcade Hutch versus Power 2 and Arcade Hutch and Face Hutch. So that's all 5 of my Spotify's and Cyberpunk 11 and Ying and HUD 11. Yeah, I almost forgot about that one for my 6 final Spotify. So that's 6 of them. So that's all 6 of my Spotify's. Notify me on my Gmails. Notify me on my Outlooks. Keep those close friend requests coming, because I'm less than 300 friends away from approaching 2,000 friends on Furry Kingdom. And I'm less than 60-something friends away from approaching 2,000 friends on That's a Glory 2. And I'm less than 1,500 away from reaching 2,000 friends. I had closing on the 600 friend mark, so that's good. Progress is starting to be made on that. Then I add a couple friends on He had 5 on my 6 and final PSN, so I'm already at 10 now. So to keep those close friend requests, all 6 of my PSN, notify me on all 6 of my PSNs. You notify me on both my Microsoft accounts. For those of you who want software accounts, they'll be linked to Series S, and Cloud, pun intended. So you notify me on both my Microsoft accounts. Yeah. Just stay tuned. The video's coming up in a few seconds. Part 2 of the video's coming up in a few seconds. I'm pulling out the video right now for the second part 2 video. Stay tuned for the part 2 of the video. Yeah. This is. Stay tuned. The video's coming up in a few seconds. This is.